Hey, this is World Series champion Johnny Damon.
This is World Series champion Cliff Floyd.
This is Kevin Newman of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is a World Series champion Ozzie Guillen.
This is Carlos Pena, 14-year MLB veteran.
This is two-time NL MVP Dale Murphy of the Atlanta Braves.
This is John DePlante, pitcher with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
This is World Series champion Joe Musgrove.
This is Jordan Luplow of the Cleveland Indians.
This is Lance Coach Jim of the Houston Astros.
What's up, it's A. Jones of the Buffalo Bills.
It's Tyler Lockett of the Seattle Seahawks.
This is Hunter Henry of the LA Chargers.
This is Jose Canseco.
And when I'm not on the field catching bombs from Russell Wilson.
When I'm not on the field catching bombs.
When I'm not on the field catching bombs.
When I'm not on the field hitting bombs.
I'm watching my guys over at
FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb breaks
off those nasty
FIlthbomb. I know a thing or two about hitting some bombs, fellas.
But there's nothing quite like hitting a FIlthbomb
with my guys over at FIlthbomb Breaks.
FIlthbomb! Mike Trout 101 auto!
MVP breakers, MVP prices.
Keep those FIlthbombs coming. I'll keep those World Series coming.
Thanks for making baseball cards fun again.
Thanks for making baseball cards fun again, guys. Go Bucks.
Thanks for making collecting cards fun again for the kids and for all of us old-timers as well.
A way to make baseball cards fun again, guys. Keep pulling those nasty FIlthbombs.
And pull me a Jose Canseco Superfractor.
And hit me a West Coast Superfractor. Go Astros.
Please pull me a DePlante Superfractor.
How about you go pull me a Jordan Luplow Superfractor?
And now, introducing from New York, opening packs at the speed of sound, pulling filth out of cases nightly, the undefeated, undisputed champion of the sports card breaking industry, FIlthbomb Breaks. It's time for FIlthbomb.
What's going on, everyone? Stephen Michael here with FIlthbomb Breaks, coming to you live from the House of Wax right here in Long Island, New York, with Derek Morgan. What is up, Derek?
What's going on, guys?
This is the January 16, 2020 FIlthbomb podcast, powered by FIlthbomb Breaks. We are the Nosebleeds, and today we are going to touch base, based on that photo in the upper left part of the screen. You can probably guess right now. We're going to touch base on the new information which leaked regarding the cheating scandal with the Houston Astros. Now it's been brought to light that there was some technology being used, which was spoken about earlier, maybe a couple months ago, but now it's starting to come out even more. Photos are being leaked now, as you can see above, with Josh Reddick. Other stuff is being leaked with Jose Altuve, photos of the wire poking out the jersey, photos of him holding the jersey so nobody rips it open, which that's another thing I want to talk about, because as a Yankee fan, Derek, I know you were watching the game too. I mean, all baseball fans were watching. It was the playoffs. But in my head, I said, that's a little strange. He's saying he doesn't want to take his jersey off because his wife got mad last time. And, I mean, at the time, I wasn't thinking, obviously, this.
Yeah. Well, he played into, like, the whole religion thing, too, him and his wife are religious.
Suspect. I just didn't know why.
And they said that he ran right into the dugout right after he hit that. Like, he wanted no parts of the media. He ran down into the dugout, changed his shirt real quick, and then came out to answer questions. That's why you'll see him when he came back. He was already wearing an Under Armour shirt, like, literally 2 minutes later.
Which is strange. And they even asked him, though, which is... they said, hey, Jose, why were you screaming, don't take my jersey off? And he said, oh, no, my wife. That's what he said. And I didn't really think anything of it, though. Like I said, I wasn't thinking anything of it, but now it makes perfect sense. That photo above, though, with Josh Reddick, I
didn't even see this.
That's got to be photoshopped, is what I'm thinking. 'Cause there's no way my man's sitting there with a buzzer on his chest.
Yeah, and that's kind of...
At first, I'm like, maybe this could be a wired mic, but he's holding a mic.
But, like, people nowadays, they could just Photoshop anything into anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
The legitimacy question is going to be tossed around now for a while, but I think the fact is, and at the end of the day, like, this is definitely going to taint the Astros as a team, and also the players that are heavily name dropped.
Now, look, I was a huge advocate for the Astros this past year. I went on the record to say they are probably one of the best teams on paper since since Murderers Row Yankees. They were just stacked. They had an amazing pitching staff. But I mean, how do you come back from this? You got caught cheating.
You got like a MVP caliber guy. Well, basically two got MVP caliber guys, right? Because you got Bregman and Altuve, and those are the two biggest guys, and those are the two guys that are getting pressed the heaviest. Which is funny though, because they seem to be getting pushed the heaviest, but they're the two best players on the team throughout the past few seasons. Like no one's talking about George Springer, Carlos Correa. It's only Bregman, Altuve. Anywhere you go, Bregman, Altuve. I think it's kind of funny that those are the two best players on the team, and those are the two people that are getting pressed hardest on the situation as well.
That is strange. Here's my thing. All right, what the Astros did rather, is just, it's despicable, and it's to the point where I lost all respect. I know I'm going to lose brownie points with some of you guys, but I lost all respect for the Houston Astros. Not necessarily the organization, but for that core group of guys that was there for that time. Pre-2017, that's a different story. But that core group of guys, 17, 18, 19, I lost all respect for anybody that was cheating in that scandal. Because here's the thing. People are saying steroids. Nobody, everyone was taking steroids, so it was just leveling the playing field. But the difference with steroids is this. Okay, you still need to. So everyone's saying it's giving you a huge advantage. Well, let's think of it like this. It's like going into a spelling bee, right? And you're on Adderall. And now you're able to use your mind better and you're wired and no one else is on Adderall. But you still have to remember how to spell those words, right? Now, what the Astros did is they went in there knowing what questions or what words were going to be asked. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's a game changer.
It's a game changer. You're walking in there confident because now you know what they're going to ask you.
The buzzer thing makes complete sense to me too, and people are like, oh, how do you know when you get? I mean, if you have something that buzzes you one time for a fastball up, something that's going to be okay. Like Chapman only has 3 pitches, right? So he has a fastball, he has a slider, and he has his changeup. So if you get buzzed one time, he gets a fastball. You get buzzed twice, you get the slider. You get buzzed 3 times, or whatever. It's going to be a changeup. There's not much to, and people are like, oh, well, how would you do that in between pitches? I mean, there's plenty of time in between pitches, especially when the guy's throwing out his fingers. You know what I'm saying? So it is shady.
It's definitely shady. So there's 3 different things that come to mind. 4 different things, right? You have the Astros cheating. Now it could be the Dodgers. It could be the Yankees cheating as well. Now it's if you're going online now, things are trending. It's becoming more and more information. Who knows what's real, what's not though, right? Who knows what's Photoshop, what isn't. So we let the dust settle on that. But you have the cheating scandal now. You have steroids. You have the Black Sox, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have Pete Rose. So in the order of those 4, I don't think that's anywhere near the other 3. He's betting on games, but if he's not betting, there was no proof that he bet against his team. So if you're betting for your team, all that's going to do is make you go way harder.
Exactly. That's what I always figured that too. Even when I was younger, a lot of people would explain it to me, and I just wouldn't get it. I'm like, okay, so he bet $1,000 on a game that he was going to win. Like he wasn't going out there just striking out. He was trying to Charlie hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like he was out there to play. There was no not playing with that guy.
That's going to make you go 1,000% because now you have money on the line. And so, I mean, now I could see if it was the other way around and you're trying to throw the game and you're bringing in Tommy Two Fingers from the bullpen who can't pitch over 60 and you're trying to get, you're trying to blow it. So now that's number 4. I think what the Black Sox did is probably the second worst thing. I think steroids was bad, but the fact that everyone, for the most part, was using steroids, and the fact that you still do have to perform. So although it helps your hand-eye coordination, you didn't know what pitch is coming, right? Most of the pitchers are on it at that time too, or a lot of them. So they're kind of evening out the advantage. So if you're good, it's just going to make you better.
Right.
All right, but what the Black Sox did is it's just as bad as the cheating, knowing what's coming, because they threw a World Series.
They legitimately had people on payroll.
Like, you could try to win, but there's no guarantee you're going to win, as the Astros showed you, right? You could cheat and not win. If you want to lose, you could lose 1,000% of the time. There's no way you could win if you're trying to lose. It's impossible. So that's why I put that up there. I think it's just as bad. It might be worse than the Astros cheating, because the Astros were at least trying to win. Black Sox had money on the line. They were trying to lose. Doug, I saw that. Doug says Trout took HGH. I don't know if that report.
I've seen that too now. The
That's coming off.
He said it was like a thyroid something or whatever.
But who knows what's real? That was on Reddit from Scott Brocious' son. Who knows? I mean, how would he know that Trout took HGH? It's Scott Brocious. Scott Brocious was the third base coach for the Mariners. I don't know how much he would actually know. And if Trout was taking HGH, I think the first person to say it probably wouldn't have been Scott Brocious' son.
Oh, it'd be somebody else. Everybody's got a big mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of people out there. There's a lot of people that, dude, when you're playing at that competitive level, when guys are playing for MVP and money bonuses and stuff, and something like that is apparently quote unquote known well throughout the industry, I don't think there's any hushing about that, you know?
No, and it's Mike Trout. Like, all the eyeballs are on him. There's so many haters that want to come for Trout's spot that I think that if he was on HGH or he was on any type of steroid or there was any slight advantage going Trout's way, someone's snitching because everyone wants to be the guy, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, of course, dude. That's what people play for. They want those big money paychecks. They want... I mean, unless you're Bryce Harper, then you don't have to play and you get paid a lot. But
I mean, that's why Bonds took the juice, right? Bonds was so envious of McGuire and Sosa that he wanted to be the guy so bad that he juiced. So it's like, at this point, someone's snitching on Trout. Someone's snitching. And it's not Brocious' son. It's not. No. I mean, who knows who Brocious' son is? Like, does he have a son, or is that just that?
He might have got his dad fired or something, you know?
Who knows?
For all we know. Maybe he killed the Mariners back in whatever.
No, Doug, I don't believe the Beltran's fake niece. I don't believe that. But there's other sources now coming to light about the buzzer.
Oh, the fake niece is apparently... So now they're saying that might be an MLB player in disguise, they're saying, because the person who tweeted earlier yesterday from that account said that Beltran was fired prior to him being actually fired. Then they deleted that, took that off, and then they started posting all this other stuff. So it might be an inside source, everybody's saying, but of course we don't know. A lot of people can speculate.
That's who it is.
Yo, it could be, honestly. You don't that guy is so salty.
Mike Fiers.
Dude, that guy is salty.
Mike Fiers just signed an endorsement deal with Planters. He is salty. He is probably the saltiest guy in the major leagues.
Gotta be 125%.
Jessica Mendoza, right? I have so much respect for her now. So she was getting interviewed on, I think it was ESPN, and she said, "Listen, if I'm Mike Fiers, I'm not snitching. What you did right now is you lost the respect from every other player, and no organization is going to want to mess with you because of this. But at the same time, I'd be like, hey, listen, check this out. If you start hearing some noises, blah, 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 you know, you might want to step off the mound because they know what's coming, you know? Mm-hmm. So I definitely respect her, and I think she should have a legitimate shot at becoming the new Mets manager. I don't know what happened with that whole thing. She was supposedly a candidate before they signed Beltran. I think that would be good for baseball. Have the first ever female manager. That would be awesome. And now's the time.
Most definitely.
Now, although I don't know how those comments are going to sit. If you're trying to be a manager and then you're saying I wouldn't have snitched, that at the same time that it shows your integrity for the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's controversial stuff, but I think that'd be a huge move to do something like that. Obviously, get a lot of eyeballs and That's what Major League Sports are about, just getting eyeballs on the team for anything. I mean, that's why honestly I think the Yankees signed Russell Wilson and the Mets signed Tim Tebow. You know, it's always just to get a couple more people in there.
I do like it though. That I think that's a good move, Mets. Pick up a little Mendoza. You know what that would do for the female population for baseball, the demographics. You know how many more females would start watching baseball knowing that there was a manager that was female?
Oh, for sure. That's like super cool.
God.
Like it would just create new fans though. I mean, it has to. You know what I'm saying? Like it just creates new fans.
And it would prove to the little girl right now that's in Little League, like she has a legit shot to get into the bigs, whether it's by player or manager. And I think it's about time. It's about time that we start, you know, I remember they were talking about it a little bit, not to get off subject, but they were talking about it saying, you know, it would just be strange having her in the clubhouse though. Guys are, you know, half naked, blah, 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 blah. Or guys
remember
talking
that whole
about guy talk.
Mark Sanchez debacle when he was walking around swinging his thing in the locker room with that? He got in trouble for that one.
Lewis says Mendoza never. You know, I like her, though. She knows her baseball. She knows her baseball. When you watch baseball tonight, Sunday Night Baseball, her and A-Rod, I hate A-Rod as a player. As an announcer, as a commentator, though, he knows his stuff.
He's great.
He knows his stuff.
He lives, breathes, eats baseball all day. That's like all that guy cares about.
No,
that's all he cares about.
So Doug says dump all Astros cards, which is going to get us to our next segment.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk a little bit about the card values of the Houston Astros, how this whole thing will affect them, how it will affect possibly Carlos Beltran, who a lot of people are hoarding away, thinking he's going to get into the Hall of Fame.
It's shady now.
So I think this is a black eye for Beltran, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Alex Cora's stock for the cards really takes a hit. He goes down from 5 cents to 3 cents.
Yeah, he's at a 55% loss right there.
If you have Alex Cora 2004 Topps base cards, you can now officially
bulk lot those into the trash can.
You can now use those as fire starter, if you didn't already. So Beltran though, Beltran stock, this becomes a hold now. I don't know if I'm necessarily selling him because if guys like Bonds get into the hole with the whole steroid thing,
you never know.
Yeah, so I'd hold on to him, but Altuve, dumpster.
Dump.
Bregman, dumpster.
There's no coming back from something like this when you're the main focal point of an entire fan base of over millions of people. You know what I'm saying? People are talking about this everywhere. It's to the point where like news stations are picking this up. You know what I'm like? It's getting out of control. And I was talking to Steven before this, and I said, we should do a community bet in the room, see what Altuve's 7-day auction ends next week. So they've been selling for around 70, 75 for a 2011 update PSA 10. I guarantee you that they're no higher than like $50 next week, maybe even 45.
I mean, also, if you're savvy enough, you could flip some Altuves too. You could buy and sell them real fast. You got to be in that fine market, though. That fine little bubble where it's too low. What's too low for Altuve and for Bregman? But if you're looking from an investment standpoint long term, zero. I want zero stock in them because no matter what they do from this point, their past 2 years are tarnished. And for Altuve, that was an MVP year. For Bregman, that was second in the MVP.
Runner up, right? Yeah, no, it's done. It's trash. It's not coming back. And then I just feel like it adds that much more pressure. Like, can you imagine now? You know, next year time comes when they're up to bat and an opponent in Dodger Stadium or whatever kind of Yankee Stadium, it's going to be cheater. Like, it's not going to stop.
That's
it's
what
all
A-Rod had
year
to deal
long.
with. A-Rod was dealing
all
with
year. That's all year.
Now, this is one of the reasons why I feel like it was a smart move. So everybody's always so low on pitchers. But this is why I feel like it's such a savvy move to invest in pitchers. Yes, they get injured. But when things like this happen, Garrett Cole's not in trouble. Justin Verlander's not in trouble. You know, these are guys now where all the Astros Even Yordan Alvarez stock. I mean,
no, he's still safe.
I think he's safe because of his track record prior to this.
He got lucky
in the minors, but I will say this: his pitch recognition. I think he was cheating a little bit as well, if not a lot, because
a little at the end, bro, because he was like 0 for 21, and then all of a sudden, pop. I mean, but that happens. People go.
No, his
from
pitch
cold to
recognition was ridiculous. And when's the last time you saw a rookie come up and produce the way he did? I'm not saying he couldn't produce without it, but what I'm saying is, although he struck out a lot, he was able to identify these pitches a lot easier, and he was making some strong contact on some great pitches, especially in the World Series. So I'm just saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Yordan probably was cheating a little bit, if not a lot of it.
Yeah,
but
you never know. But
the pitchers are so safe all the time. The only downside you have for pitching is injury, right? You don't have to worry about a cheating scandal. How's a pitcher cheating? Unless you're going to catch them, right? If they're doctoring the balls.
Yeah, Michael Pineda, perfect example with the what is it, pine tar? Not pine tar.
Kenny Rogers. Remember Kenny Rogers had that?
Dude, I love when they catch like just trash pitchers cheating. I'm like, just let them cheat.
Michael Pearson says, should the Astros trade players involved? My answer is, it's kind of worse than like. All right,
I don't know if anybody even wants them now, though. Like, who wants that? They don't want that baggage. Now these guys become baggage, right? Because like, if you give away a good player for Bregman, are you happy? Yeah, but now you have a known cheater on your team, and then your fans are. It's just wishy-washy. Like, it's too much right now. I don't know.
Look, I in no way am an advocate of domestic violence at all. I think it's wrong. I think it's shameful. I think it's terrible. But by taking one of these Astros, it is probably worse from a baseball standpoint. Adding them to your team, the media circus that's going to surround them, it's worse than taking somebody that's coming off of a 60-game suspension for domestic abuse. Domestic
that
violence.
Was like Roberto Ozuna, their closer, had a domestic issue. He went from the Blue Jays to the Astros, and there was another thing that happened. I don't know if you caught that during the playoffs. One of the girls, news reporters, came in, and one of the guys in there, I forget, it was a big deal for a couple days. He said something in regards like, "Oh, you better watch out for Ozuna. He'll come get you," or something like that. And he actually got fired off Astros.
No, it's a huge deal, but the problem is somehow our culture seems to forgive and forget that type of thing, right? Like,
but cheating is like you're like, that's it. Like you're
not going to hear someone screaming "wife beater" in the crowd, but
yeah,
if you cheat, you're bringing a whole new circus to town, because everywhere that Bregman goes, if he's traded to, I mean, I don't think any team would want to take that on, because even if you win, now you look like you won by using a cheater. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's just like one of those things.
It's a tough.
We were talking about and I don't know what this is too, because we were talking about it before, but the whole Tom Brady deflating the ball thing, everybody seems to forget about that. He's still GOAT, you know?
That's
like, how does that work?
I don't know.
That's like the only guy that got away with, like, no one says anything to him.
The NFL was trying to protect him. I feel like there was nothing that really came out to tarnish him, right? Like, they didn't bring out really any real evidence. I feel like that whole thing was wishy-washy.
That's the thing now, but now people, I just don't know how you compare the two, but all I could say is, like, even if they didn't do it at this point and they can prove that they didn't do it, there's always going to be people that think that they did. And they covered it up.
I mean, there's no, they didn't do it. I think at this point it's been proven they did.
Right.
Now, the only thing you can't really prove yet is the buzzers, right?
Yeah, but
it's been proven they used technology.
Mm,
they were relaying signs in from center field, which a lot of teams probably did do as well, and it's going to come out.
Of course.
But band-aiding a buzzer to your shoulder.
Wow, that's like next level, dude. That's next level. Yeah, I was gonna say that is so next level. That's like cheat codes in Grand Theft Auto.
That's like AB up down left. What was that from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
I forget that now. Oh my god, I used to be nasty with that. By the way, come see me in that. All right, so we agree that it is time to dump Astros. However, what about Dodgers? Right? Because now the Dodgers are starting. Now we're getting to uncharted waters. Right now, is Cody Bellinger MVP?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yo, Judge
Who's
took off his
safe?
post. Like, I want Judge as a Yankee fan. Like, Judge deserves MVP that year, like 100% now. Like, I want them to strip Altuve so bad. I was getting mad about it in the car today. I was like almost like cursing. Like, I got so mad. I'm like, yo, like this dude literally breaks the home run record. I mean, second half, I'll say, but first half, mashing everything that was coming his way.
He's
like
kinda
Judge was like,
by the way, he's been meh since that first half. Just if we're really talking,
that's fine, but still, to do something like that, like he should have. I just feel like he was unstoppable that year for some reason. Like just watching him come up to plate. I mean, and then now you see every at bat that Altuve could have had. Maybe you're not going to hit everything. You could say, okay, fastball's coming. It's not 100%. He's going to hit it. But a batter like Jose Altuve, he's gonna hit one of those. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, if you're looking to unload your Altuves, you could try to do a 2-for-1 special. Throw your Judges in with it. Try to dump those Judges as well, because I'm super low on Judge.
Not a fan of Judge, even though I'm a huge Yankees fan. I still love him, but
I would flip my Judges right now for Stanton, guys. Stanton's not a sexy name. I would 100% sell my Judge and get into some Mike Stanton. Everyone forgets about him. It's been a while. He hasn't done anything since in New York, really. He's healthy this year. You could be looking at 40 to 50 bombs.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Force in the middle of that lineup.
Don't buy Mike Stanton, or I call him Mike Stanton. Mike Stanton is when he came up when he was a rookie. Don't buy Giancarlo Stanton when he has 400 home runs. Buy Giancarlo Stanton when he has 300, which is now.
This is it.
Because he's going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's still young.
The problem with Stanton, in my opinion, though, card-wise, is his stuff is too high still, right?
His stuff is too high because everybody was buying the hell out of him when he was a rookie, and it stayed, which is still a good sign. I mean, you look at someone like that, that means that people still believe in him, and right now he's on the low end of people believing in him, but the ultimate, like, fan base behind him is still waiting, and if he does pop off, people are going to go bananas.
Well, that's
like
the
people
thing.
are going to start buying. Like people are going to go onto that Stanton train again when he hit 59 home runs and everybody thought he had a chance at 60.
Well, I love a good value, right? When I'm looking to buy and I'm looking to invest, I'm looking at a great value. Very rarely will I pay up for the top guy. Only person I do that with is Mike Trout. I love a value, though, and although there's value in Stanton, a lot more, by the way, than Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be as high as it is right now based off of if anyone else did what he did over the past 2 years, their stuff would have plummeted.
No,
he
for
has name recognition.
People are holding on, though.
Yeah, because what happened is people got in too high and they're not willing to take a bath.
I get it. What's up, Mike? Mike says, what's up? He says, which Stanton cards? So the Stantons that I've been picking up are the Topps Update. I think they're like $30-$40 right now for a PSA 10.
2010. Right?
2010. You could look them up. So there's two ways of looking them up. Before he was named Giancarlo Stanton, it was Mike Stanton. So you could look up 2010 Topps Update Mike Stanton, or you could look up Giancarlo Stanton. Sometimes people throw both of those names in there, but you could find some in between with people that don't know what they're selling. They'll put them up as Mike Stanton. You could get some cheaper.
Are there two versions on the update?
So I
know there's a regular Topps, which you don't
here,
want.
right here. So look at this. It's perfect. I got one right here. I picked this up in the off season. So I actually have some nice Stanton cards, but I just picked this one up in the off season. Mike Stanton's on his rookie. So you're going to want to get this one. It doesn't say rookie debut on it. It says 60 years.
You don't want rookie debut, guys.
No rookie debuts. And that goes for even cards now. The Acunas, I saw someone posting some stuff up. But like this card right here, that's still worth a lot of money.
You know what I'm starting to realize, though? I mean, I'm still relatively new to the modern card market.
Mm-hmm.
Bowman isn't really. How do I say this? Bowman Chrome isn't really the card to have of superstars. It's more the card to have of guys that could be superstars, and it's like the stock market. But
yeah,
it's weird, right? Because you could buy a Topps update, black Mike Stanton, 2010. It's worth more than that first Bowman Chrome auto that you just showed. A lot more.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%, because there's only 67 of those. I mean, there's not a lot of his that are graded. Like, I think there is a lot graded. I probably misspoke on that, of his 2008 Bowman Chromes, because he was hot when he was a rookie. So I think Giancarlo Stanton has a lot of stuff graded, but I mean, he's broken records. So
like, look at Trout, right? Besides Trout's Bowman card, which goes nuts, right? Like 100K in some instances.
Yeah, literally.
Like, what's an Acuna go for? Numbered a gold Acuna. What do those sell for? Do you know? What are they, like 12 grand?
No.
Let me see.
Oh, you mean the Bowman Chromes?
Yeah, the Bowmans. Hold on, I'll look.
A lot. I think you were spot on. I think they got to be like 20. I think, honestly. Mike said, "Why would he get rid of a name like Mike?" I have no idea. It's a beautiful name.
And Acuna, Bowman.
Maybe he wanted to be more Italian. He knew he was moving to New York, so he said, "You know what? I'm going to be Giancarlo."
He knew.
He knew before.
So now the gold but that's an old comp. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get you some real information here, and we're gonna talk through this, and we're gonna figure out what the right move is. All right, Bowman Chrome Ronald Acuna Gold Refractor Auto to 50 BGS Quad 95. It just sold 12/23, $5,500. So that's a lot less than I thought. So now
that is really, you know, what's funny is, like, when you start getting into high cards like that, right? Like, now I'm such a snob with all this shit. I'm like, oh, that's cheap. You know, 5,500. I'm like, oh.
No, but my point is, that's an Acuna to 50, right?
That's tough, though.
But
like,
there's cards now. There's some cards, for example, you get his real one auto, PSA 10, red ink to 69. That'll cripple that card. That card is worth so much more than $5,500 if you get the red ink Acuna.
You think so?
From Heritage? Let's just see what it's selling for right
now.
Heritage
does do well, but they just don't have, like, Bowman Chrome is like baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like when you're a baby. And the thing about Mike Trout, which a lot of people don't know when maybe they started collecting later or whatever, just for you new guys, is when Mike Trout came up, he was really like nobody. He came up his first year. He didn't do anything. Nobody thought anything of him. They actually had stats from an old baseball game on like PS2, maybe 3, I don't know. But it was like they predicted his future on the baseball game, and they said he was going to be a C- player for the rest of his life.
You never know.
For the next 20 seasons. Like, you just never know. But the thing was, people weren't grading him. People weren't like, oh, I need to hang on to my Mike Trouts. Like, people were just tossing him aside. No one cared.
Well,
and then that's why they're so much more valuable now.
Check this out. 2018 Topps Heritage, Ronald Acuna, real one red auto, number to 69, BGS 95, $3,200.
It's a good card to have.
Now, this is what I'm saying. So, I feel like if you're going to capitalize on the Bowman market, from what I've been seeing over the last 24 months, your only time to capitalize, and there's the biggest appreciation on that card, is going to be before that person gets the call up. Once they get that call up and their card explodes, you're done. You're done with Bowman.
You know what I'm thinking now, as I've been looking into it. So Wander Franco's right now, Bowman Chrome PSA 10, is going for $30 you could get them.
That's a steal.
Right? That is a steal. If you could get them for $35 a pop, they're a steal, because Luis Robert is coming up now, and everybody knows he's coming up. They're going for $55 a pop. So you got to think, if Wander Franco's coming up next year, you know that card's going to be $60 come next season, 100%. You're taking 100% value to the bank. Like, I guarantee you, as long as he stays healthy.
Ryan Burnett
I could almost bet
says,
on that.
Mike Trout accused of HGH. Y'all see that? Yeah, but I also saw the source, and I don't trust Scott Brosius' son. Not saying that it's not true. I just think it's highly unlikely. We spoke about this earlier. If he was on the juice, it would be coming out from somebody not named Scott Brosius' son. But you never know.
I feel like they're on him though. Like they gotta like be testing him.
When you're the best,
he's coming out every single year. Like there's definitely like guys in the MLB that are like salty of him. Can you imagine you make it to the major league level, you're about to get paid. Like you're like, oh, you're making so much more money than all these people, and then there's a guy that's in the same league as you, and he's making 100 times more.
Oh,
like there's guys making $3 million. $3 million. This guy's making 300.
If Bregman didn't snitch, it's not true. Because Bregman cheats, that means he would snitch. And if Bregman didn't snitch on Trout, we don't trust Scott Brosius. Listen, Bregman had everything to gain this past year by snitching on Trout. He would have been MVP.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
So the fact
he would have got that bonus. He would have got a car or something.
What's Scott Brosius' son's name? Scott. No, it's not too late for Eloy. I think Eloy's stuff is super low, Earl.
Oh, I love Eloy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be a super duper duper star. He may be Jose Abreu 2.0, but if you look what Jose Abreu's stuff did his first couple of years, it was a lot more than what Eloy's stuff is doing right now. So the hype is there. If Eloy puts up 40 home runs next year, 35 home runs, they make a little run towards the postseason. I mean, I think we're looking at double what he's at right now, at least.
100%. Yeah, I think that goes for any of those cards. Like
any of
Tatis. I think Tatis is a little high. A lot of people. I wouldn't say that he's high.
He's just
if he has a great year.
He's a sexy player, sexy name. That's why
he's got the hair going on. He's got the cool hair going on and everything. But he's got like a $350, $400 PSA 10 gold. If you look at someone like Soto and Acuna, they're at $750. So if he comes out and has a banger, those cards will potentially reach that level.
The thing I wouldn't so as an investment standpoint, right? If you're spending $350 on a card, your upside needs to be more than 100% double up. Because you can take that same $350 and spread it out on lower end cards and make a higher ROI. So this is what my point is. Tatis' best case is Ronald Acuna.
Best case.
And what is Ronald Acuna's goal going for right now?
Like no, maybe more, maybe 850. I think.
If he's lucky, he's Juan Soto. What's Juan Soto going for?
He's around 750.
Okay, so.
And he just came off of 100 RBIs, 30 plus home runs.
That's my point. So how many Juan Sotos and Ronald Acuna's are there in the world, right?
That doesn't happen.
In the last 10 years, how many have we seen? And they may crap the bed anyway next year.
Right, you never know.
Right? But if he does play to that elite level, you're looking at a double up.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm investing $350, I'm not trying to double up. I'm trying to crush it with $350. That's what your mindset should be when investing in sports cards. You could take that same $350, get 350 Mike Soroka Heritage Highs. You know what I mean? All of a sudden,
this dude wins a Cy Young, and you're good.
Those things go up to $5 a pop raw. You just 5 times your money.
Sometimes it's about the little guys too. Not the little guys, but just the little cards. Getting something like a gold rookie debut update PSA 10 Acuna, where it's like $70 right now, that could double up easy next year to $200. I think, honestly.
A lot of the money is
the
made
rookie
there.
debut.
A lot of the money is there on the lower end. That's where you're going to make your money.
Well, and someone made a post in another group today. I was talking about it a little bit, but they posted up about PSA 9 cards. When a card's not worth a lot of money, say you have a $3 card and you get it a PSA 9. That card is still worth $3 in a PSA 9. It doesn't go up. No one wants it because it doesn't stand out as much as like $1,000 card. You take a PSA 9 Derek Jeter foil SP, and now all of a sudden that's worth money. Like it's not going to be worth a raw Jeter foil.
Agreed.
So you have to get something that has value too behind it. But if you could get something in the $70 range where people can't afford the $850 gold Acuna. They're going to be looking for those rookie debuts next year when they can't afford the regular updates.
Agreed. Raul says they're
play.
cheap now compared to if they take off Acuna style.
Yeah,
if Raul's talking about Tatis, though, that was my point I was making, but is that Acuna style, that's thrown around too loosely.
That's hard,
that,
bro.
That
like
season,
you don't just
yeah, you don't have that season. That's not like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get better this upcoming year and I'm gonna be Ronald Acuna. Like that year,
like last year, that was
special.
a freak class, bro. That was a freak class, or like that came up in 2018.
Well, the rookie class.
That was a freak class. Like you can't duplicate those years with. So you look at these guys, right? You have Glaber, Acuna, and Soto, right? So everybody's talking about those are the three guys everybody wants right now. If you can't get Acuna, you get Soto. If you can't get Soto, you get Glaber. But
if you can't get Glaber, you get Scott Kingery.
Get Scott Kingery. There's no in between. But the thing is now with this year is everybody's going after Tatis, Eloy, and Alonso, thinking those are the next three that are going to pop off. Yeah, maybe one of them does pop off, but for all three of them to do what the other three did is like really highly unlikely. Like you got Acuna going for 40-40. You got Soto going in to the World Series and killing it. And then you have Glaber hitting 38 home runs out of nowhere. And he's also raking in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They're all on playoff teams.
I agree.
It's hard to, and people are buying these cards up like, okay, well, next year Alonso's going to be Juan Soto. Eloy's going to be Glaber, Tatis is going to be Acuna, but it doesn't all happen like that. You know, like that just doesn't happen.
Listen, guys, we're talking about undervalued, right? We shouldn't even be speaking about Tatis. We shouldn't even be talking about Ronald Acuna. We shouldn't even be talking about Juan Soto, Glaber, Torres. Like, you guys have to listen right now. There's one player no one talks about. It's as if he doesn't exist. However, he has the potential to be one of the most impactful players of our generation. Where's the love for Shohei Ohtani?
No, I know. No one loves Shohei Ohtani either. You
want to talk about an investment? This guy is half.
The guy that could have a 2.0 ERA and 13 wins and 25 bombs next season that no one's has done, you know?
Shohei Ohtani is more talented. I'm saying it right now. He is more talented than both Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna. He is half the price of them. His upside has the potential to be 1.5 to 2 times the amount of both Soto and Ronald Acuna because of his skill set and because of the Japanese market. Why is nobody buying him right now? I'm sure there are.
No, people started. I look back onto his cards are starting to go up because people are getting ready for the season, man. Because they started talking about pitching them. I mean, they're not up, but you could get a gold update Ohtani right now for like 180. You can't touch Glaber for that right now.
No, you can't. Why is he has the potential? All right, now there's investments, like risky investments, and there's no such thing as really a safe play. So Soroka, for example, we talk about Soroka. He's dirt cheap right now, and this guy's like, you could get 10 times your money back on a Soroka base card right now. You can't get 10 times back on Ohtani. But the thing is, the potential of Shohei Ohtani is so great that he has such a higher percentage chance of being elite than Soroka. That is why I'm so high on Shohei Ohtani. That is why I say buy Shohei Ohtani. That is,
and I'm saying even if you want a quick flip, I think next year his cards, like you said, are going to double.
At least
if you want a quick flip, Shohei Ohtani 100%. There's no question.
Mike Street. I'm hyped right now. I'm going to go buy him. Dude, they're going to be bought already after this podcast.
Mike said he's going right now, and then he also asked, dude, you know how many times I was dropping like $1,000 on like Ohtani's at one point. He said, "What's best Soroka card right now to buy? Heritage?"
I'll tell you after tonight.
I would say, yeah. Well, I think the Heritage autos are great. If he
doesn't have any Heritage,
he doesn't have any, right?
No, I've been
okay. So the next one I would say is get an update variation SP PSA 10.
They're
That's what I
like
would say.
50, $60. He's sitting in a dugout.
They're so cheap.
I don't know if I like that card though as his main. I think as his main, I'm a fan of just his regular Topps update. I think that card
$25 a pop. $20 a pop.
Yeah.
Maybe even less now. Maybe 15 because it's off season. Because
I like that.
last time I checked, I was opening oh man, I got those 2018 update boxes just before they started to squeeze people for all their nickels and dimes, but I got lucky and I was pulling all these cards out and I'm like, damn, Austin Meadows, Soroka, got Otani in here. Like you could off of a hanger, I mean, you're good to go. You got a $10 hanger, you're looking at if you PSA 10 in those cards, 5 times your money off of a hanger, you know? And then if you get a gold or something like that, you're chilling.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm waiting on actually speaking about those hangers. So I didn't open up a hanger. I didn't open up update actually. So this is actually totally off topic. I opened up a couple boxes of Heritage High number maybe 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking, I was like, oh, it's such a safe play, right? At the time, they were like
Right.
100 a box. I'm like, you have Otani, you have Acuna, you have Glaber, you have Soto. I pulled an Acuna action variation. Remember that card?
Yeah.
Those are so nasty.
Do you know who has a nasty action? This is off topic again, but Eloy's. I don't know why. Has like a blue background with the White Sox uni. It looks so fresh.
Yeah, cards like that.
There's cards that I swear like they will be popular just because they're fresh. Like Ronald Acuna's SP with the blue and red jersey, it's gonna stay like high all the time just because it's cool.
You know
Everybody
what's
wants
funny?
that card.
Every time I hype up a card, we drop like 6 viewers. And then they pop back up like 10 minutes later. They're hitting the bay right now, and there's gonna be nothing left for us, Derek.
I know. That's fine. I spend too much after I get off these anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Like I'm
Save
so
me some money.
hyped. I'm so hyped that I'm trying to drag this podcast out a little bit longer so I have my break coming up. Because if I get off right now, there's too much space between now and the National Treasures break, and I'm going to spend money on eBay. So I'm trying to keep this live a little longer.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
An addiction. It's an addiction. I need to delete the eBay app from my phone. That's what I need to do.
No, I could never. I could never do that.
Thank God, by the way. Thank God I turned my volume off because that when somebody buys something, that thing gets me gassed up. It could be like 1 a.m. I wake up like this. I'm ready. I'm like, what's sold?
Dude, yeah,
$3? Yes.
Mickey Davis said he's buying Fultz.
Markel Fultz. Or are you talking about Mike Fultonevich? I hope not Mike Fultonevich.
I don't know. It just says FULTZ. So it could be.
Oh, no, it's Fultz. Yeah. No, he's a good buy low too in NBA. He was a top pick, and then he had that little thoracic thing going on. He couldn't shoot free throws. But I think, he's a good buy low. I haven't followed him, though. I'm
about to start getting into basketball, man. Those cards are going heavy.
It's depressing.
Basketball is on a different level, bro.
It's depressing. I'm talking about buying baseball cards for $1. You can't even go anywhere near a basketball card that's worth investing in for $1.
Like, yo, guy drops 10 points, card goes up $20. You're like, what's going on?
We're in the wrong field right now. That's what we're in. We're in the
because I'm looking at all these John Moran, like all those guys. I'm like, yo, these bro, the guy hits like on any given day, one of those guys hits a triple double. His card goes up like $20.
My man John Moran.
Yo, he's sick though. I like that.
But
kid.
he could miss a dunk and his stock will go up. Like they'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter if it went in. It was so fresh.
Bro, they just hype them up. Like I don't
know. It's insane. But you mess with fire, usually you get burned. That market right now is way too volatile. Everything basketball is like Bowman Chrome. That's it. So if you want to get burned in baseball, go play with some Bowman Chrome. If you want to get burned in general, go play the Zion game. I'm not willing to. This is the thing. I have one case.
It keeps coming up because I feel like it's just like ridiculous. Like there's no, like
it's scary.
I can't justify. Right, you go to Walmart, you get a $10, $20 pack, and then you pull a $500 silver out. Like That's insane to me.
Well, that's what Gary Vee was talking about in his interview. He was saying, once people start realizing that it's like the lotto and that you could go buy a $5
really
pack
is.
of cards and pull
People
a
are gonna-
$10,000 auto,
Bro,
more and more
that's
people
what
are
it
going to get
is.
involved. And he was right. He was right.
But people a lot of people I think are getting onto the card market right now because even if you don't get anything, you still get something. So it feels like, okay, like you still get rewarded even though you didn't get anything crazy. But there's been so many times where I'll justify it, right? Like opening up like a whole case. And I'll be like, well, at least I got this one Pete Alonso autograph that's worth
Guys,
$100.
if you buy a box of cards and you don't want to be depressed, never try to comp out what came out of that box.
Don't.
Never try to comp out what came out of that box because 99% of the time you think you did quadruple as good as you did. If you open up a $100 box and you get 3 hits out of that box, you're still going to get back about $28 worth of cards.
And then you're looking at it like, I could PSA this, I could PSA that, and then it sits there, and then 3 years later you're like, damn.
If you're opening up wax, you better be opening up wax because you love it and you enjoy it. If you're opening up wax as an investment, you are donating money. And I'm just saying that.
It's Vegas, bro. It's Vegas.
You're donating money. If you're opening up packs thinking you're going to get rich, you're not. If you're wanting to make money on cards, you need to have a game plan, stick to it, and it's a total different thing. Now, if you're in the hobby for the love of it, that's why you get in case breaks. That is why you buy your own boxes. That's why you open it for the thrill, right? We all are kids at heart. We all used to go to the deli or the corner store or wherever they had baseball cards, Walmart, Woolworths, and open up cards and get the same 5-cent commons, right? But it's the thrill. It's a thrill. If you're getting in breaks because you think you're going to be rich, it's the wrong thing. And as somebody that breaks cards, I'm telling you straight up, get in the breaks because you love it and you enjoy it and you want the entertainment. That is why you get in case breaks. That was another rant.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that you hit it spot on if you want to enjoy it too. But the thing is, like, we're also going to offer you a little bit of help along the way, and I'll give you some advice on how to invest some stuff because, while we do open up a lot of stuff, I am constantly buy, sell, trade. I mean, I am all day on my phone, just buy, sell, trade. I love it. It's so fun for me to just the thrill of the deal, trying to sell some stuff, trying to get a card, and then flip it into another card. It's fun for me. I like that. It's cool.
Tons of fun, but guys, the last thing you want to do is hang out with Derek. He will make you broke. I can't even be with him. I can't hang out with Derek for more than like an hour because before I knew it,
I start showing you cards.
My purchase history on eBay is up to like 1,500. I'm like, I don't even know what I bought, but he said he was good, and I think this is a good move. You don't want to hang out with Derek. Trust me.
Dude, I'm always looking at some stuff, but I'm telling you guys, Wander Franco, FIlthbomb Chromes. Don't go crazy though. Don't go above $40-$50 on them. But if you get them in the $30 range, I think those cards next year, if you want a hard, solid play, those things will close to double by next year by the time he gets called up.
Questions popping up on your side, Derek.
Mike Street just said he bought 10 Sorokas.
Oh,
shit.
Anything else?
Mickey Davis wanted to let us know that Markel hit a triple-double last night. So you already know if you have some Markel probably.
I need to go. Hold on, let me see.
Probably went up 3 times value.
I have a Markel full somewhere.
You know who's a good risky play too is Rendon.
Rendon.
People are buying Rendon. Like he's like super risky.
No, I'm out on him.
I'm out on him too, but if you like the risk.
But what risk? Hold on, let's see him. Rendon stats.
I don't think he'll ever be Hall of Fame, but I think he's one of those dudes like a JD Martinez. He gets hot as he gets older. Like Adrian Beltre got hotter as he got older. Just weird. Like those dudes are just opposite day.
Stop the conversation. We're done with.
Why?
We're done with Rendon. Just no more speaking of it. He's got a 136 home runs and he's about to be 30.
Oh yeah, he's hitting 500 by the time he's 39.
We're done. No, Rendon's a cool guy. Clutch season last year for long-term investment. No, thank you.
The thing is, his cards are so scarce. If you could take advantage of it right now, I think while he gets hot, he's one of those dudes where his value will go up within the next couple of years and it'll plummet.
I think it's supply and demand. I don't think there'll ever be enough demand for Anthony Rendon for his cards to double, triple. I don't know.
Where did he just move to?
Homers.
He just moved, right?
To Smith Street.
Oh,
no, Rendon, don't. That's one of Derek's tangents right there. Stay away. Run. Don't go anywhere. If you had it on your eBay watch list, delete.
Grade him.
Grade him and sell him to Derek.
Yo, I saw a Rendon Target Red. Guess what? PSA 10 just came back to a dude. It was on Instagram. It's a pop one. There's got to be a demand for that card. There's a super collector out there that wants that PSA 10 pop one, and they're going to spend.
There's rare exceptions, but you don't want the base Rendon rookie for $20. No. But yeah, there's definitely like 5 hardcore Rendon guys besides Derek in the world.
No, I don't have any Rendon, so I shouldn't say anything.
No one buy any Rendon. All right, guys, we need to wrap this one up. This was our January 16, 2020 podcast, FIlthbomb podcast, powered by Case Breaks by FIlthbomb Breaks. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Any questions, feel free to shoot us PMs after the show. And on that note, on behalf of myself, Stephen Michael, Derek Morgan, and us, FIlthbomb Breaks, want to thank you for giving us the opportunity and allowing us to broadcast for you live tonight. And until the next break, till the next Case Box Pack or podcast, we're signing off saying sayonara, bro. Tani's, catch you on the flip side. Tsuyoshi Shinjo.
This is World Series champion, Johnny Damon.
This is World Series champion, Cliff Floyd.
This is Kevin Newman of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is a World Series champion, Ozzie Guillen. This is Carlos Pena, 14-year MLB veteran.
This is two-time NL MVP Dale Murphy of the Atlanta Braves.
This is John Clowney, pitcher with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
This is World Series champion Joe Musgrove.
This is Jordan Luplow of the Cleveland Indians.
This is West Coast Jim of the Houston Astros.
What's up, it's A. Jones of the Buffalo Bills.
It's Tyler Lockett of the Seattle Seahawks.
This is Hunter Henry of the LA Chargers.
This is Jose Canseco.
And when I'm not on the field catching bombs from Russell Wilson.
When I'm not on the field catching bombs.
When I'm not on the field catching bombs.
When I'm not on the field hitting bombs.
I'm watching my guys over at
FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb. FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb.
FIlthbomb breaks.
Off those nasty
Nasty
FIlthbomb. I know a thing or two about hitting some bombs, fellas.
But there's nothing quite like hitting a filth bomb
with my guys over at FIlthbomb Breaks.
FIlthbomb! FIlthbomb! Mike Trout 101 auto!
MVP breakers, MVP prices.
Keep those FIlthbombs coming, and I'll keep those World Series coming.
Thanks for making baseball cards fun again.
Thanks for making baseball cards fun again, guys. Go Bucks.
Thanks for making collecting cards fun again for the kids and for all of us old-timers as well.
A way to make baseball cards fun again, guys. Keep pulling those nasty filth bombs.
And pull me a Jose Canseco Superfractor.
And hit me a West Coast Superfractor. Go Astros.
Please pull me a DuPont Superfractor.
How about you go pull me a Jordan Luplow Superfractor?
And now, introducing from New York,